What's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Milan, and welcome to a great episode of The Open Table. Today, we'll be talking about Adelia's great journey towards the Northeast and the secret person that they met at 90s Con that I would love but won't tell me. Join us now. You saw that transition. You saw that. Yeah, you did. All right, guys, welcome to The Open Table. If you have been under a rock, let's talk about what happened last night. Last night, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, was our 5-year anniversary, 1,000 yard, I got 1,000 yard, guys. 1,000 subscriber stream. It was a great stream.
Ferris has too much football on the mind.
Yeah, apparently.
Too much. We've been talking a lot of sports lately. But yeah, we had our great stream last night. I believe it went about 5.5 hours. I was there for 3 of them. Adelia was there for all 5.5 hours of them. So
I got very minimal breaks off screen.
Yes, very minimal breaks off screen. I apologize that I was getting phone calls during the stream. I apologize. But yes, like I said, it was a great stream. I'd like to thank everybody that joined us. Rogue Pod, Lunch Break Hot Take, Ryan, Josh, Brennan. I'm talking about the people not a part of our team. Brandi, a contributor, Star.
Brandi. We wanted Brandi to be on more. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we wanted Brandi to be on more.
Evie Mux sometimes does not agree with Brandi's phone.
Yeah.
No. Or like it didn't agree with Danny's phone last night either when Danny was trying to be on his phone. So we're lucky and thankful that Evie Mux agreed with Brandi's phone tonight.
Or I would have been through your roadcaster. That's what.
Yes, you were through my roadcaster. You were through my Brandi, this is kind of like your hour of the anniversary stream.
Yeah.
It's kind of like yours. This is yours. This is yours. All you. This is all you.
It's me and Adelia. It's me and Adelia's hour.
You and Adelia's hour. Thank you for joining us. Today we're doing something very special. We're going to be breaking down Adelia's journey to the Northeast. She visited you in Fall River, Massachusetts. Y'all went to 90s Con. Was 90s Con in Connecticut?
Hartford, Connecticut. Yep.
Y'all also went to Connecticut. You guys saw the beauty and the majesticness of the Northeast of Adelia
did.
Adelia did. You live there.
I live here. I see it all the time.
You see it all the time. Adelia, was there. Adelia.
Look, literally one of the first things I said to Brandi when I got off the plane was, "Oh my God, there's so many trees here."
So many trees, yeah.
Tree. It's another one.
No, because I flew into Providence.
Yes.
Not Boston. I flew into Providence, and like I'm watching the plane as it's on its descent, and I'm like, did they just build these towns in the middle of the forest and then just keep going?
They did.
Like,
it
is crazy to me how many trees there are, because there are not that many trees here on the plains.
Shout out to the lumber industry. It's very big in the Northeast. Literally. You can say that they have all 4 seasons, kind of, right? Right, Brandi? You have all 4? You do?
Yeah, we do.
Shout out to Reg in the chat. He just popped up. He lives in Connecticut. Reg. Shout out to Reg. Northeast. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Sounds so far-fetched.
So Adelia not only got to go to 1 state, she was in 3.
3, yes. 3
states she got.
I will be there.
4th one. We almost went to New York.
I'll be there in October. Yes, I will be there in October. Yes. Let's go to New York. Well, you can't go to New York.
We will need to figure out how long we're all going to be there.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm only 3.5 hours from New York City. Like, I've made many trips there because
never been to New York. Never been to New York.
It's fun.
No, I was so close to New York, but we decided not to go because we
were like an hour and some change. Yeah, we were an hour and some change. I said to Adelia, we're not gonna make it. We were gonna go, but I knew we wouldn't.
Honestly, if I was with you guys, I would have dragged us. Out of New York.
I don't know, Ferris. She would have been pretty damn tired after 90s Con.
Adelia did really well, but I knew no, it would have been too much.
Pound some Dunkin' Donut coffees.
We didn't do that. There was a Starbucks hotel, though.
Gotta go to Dunkin'
Starbucks in the
Donuts.
hotel.
Ah,
We
come
didn't
on.
go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Listen, I showed Adelia so many of them. I said, "There's another Dunkin'. There's
Yeah,
another."
there
Like,
Northeast, man.
There was
Hey, man,
a
if
lot of Dunkin' Donuts.
you're in the Northeast, you don't go to Starbucks. You go to Dunkin'. Okay.
Well, in the hotel was a Starbucks.
yeah,
Well, you refrain. You refrain from doing that, Adelia.
No.
I'm not a coffee drinker. Monique's a coffee drinker. Monique does Starbucks. Monique is my cousin who also came with us.
Shout out to Monique.
But I do eat Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
We didn't have Dunkin' in the hotel. It was only in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that, Reg. I mean,
Yeah,
just
like-
seeing video of New York, I can understand.
Reg, you have not drove with my cousin, who is a master at driving through the New York traffic.
Yeah, I heard like
We're from
sometimes
there.
they shut down the turnpike sometimes, and I'm like, wait, why? Make no sense. I'll take a train in New York. I heard the train's really nice.
Yeah, I've taken the train. I've taken the bus. I've taken the train. I've drove in. Like, I almost said drove in. I drove in.
Mhm.
I've done it all. I have family out there, so I go visit when I haven't been in a little bit because of COVID stuff. But my family does live in the Bronx.
Guys, y'all want to just get right into it? I want to get right into it. Let's get right into it. Y'all want to hold off the surprise? You want to give me a little bit later?
We
We
know
will.
what the surprise is going to fall
Okay.
here tonight.
All right. Okay. So let's break it down. Adelia has uploaded some of the photos, and let's talk
Are we gonna
about
start
what's
The
up?
first one? Are we going to
Let's
start with the first one?
No, they're not in the order that we
Okay.
saw them.
Okay. All right.
They're just in the order that I saved them off my Facebook page to get them off my phone onto the computer.
Nice.
So they're just in the order that they were in. Although I did kind of try to keep the groups together. So let's see. We need to go here. Ooh, look at that.
Oh no. This is transitions.
And here we go.
Ah.
Shannon
That's Shannon Miller. That's Shannon Miller, man. That's Shannon Miller right there, dog.
Shannon Miller, a member of the 1996 U.S. women's team that won the gymnastics team event gold medal. She's holding her gold medal right there. We got to touch her gold medal and hold
awesome.
it. So that was
That's
really cool.
awesome.
She was super nice.
She had all of her medals there.
She did. She had all of her medals from Barcelona, the 92 Olympics, and then the 2 medals she won from 96 in Atlanta there. Those medals are heavy.
They were real gold.
Yeah,
Real gold.
Yeah,
all of them were
of
heavy.
them. The silver ones were the bronze ones were heavy from Barcelona. So we were talking to her about how if you wear them all around your neck, how that must weigh on your neck. And she's like, yeah, there have been photographers that wanted to do photo shoots with all of them around my neck, and it just kills my neck.
Yeah, and she said that, hurry up and get the shot so I can take it off because it's heavy. Like, they don't realize how heavy it is. And she's smaller than me. As you can see, she's a little slightly smaller, but she's very thin too. So I have a little bit more build to my short stature. But yeah, touching it in my hand, we're like, holy crap, yeah, it is pretty heavy. And having
this is the
her
first time Brandi's actually taller and bigger than someone.
Not true. I am taller than Star. I am taller than
That's a
Star.
good point. You are taller than Star. Shannon Miller is like 4'11".
Yeah, she's like my sister's height. Yeah. My older sister is 4'11". Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, because there was a big controversy in France, Adelia, where they found out that the gold medals weren't gold. Like, they were like rusted painted, and like the athletes got angry, and they're like, "Yo, what is this?" Because like Tokyo was real. Tokyo was like real gold.
Well, they're always real gold, so it was a big deal that they won.
Because they added a piece of the Eiffel Tower in the middle of the medals, out of all the medals, but the gold medals weren't gold, and people got angry. So having like real gold medals from like 1992 that's still like gold and shiny, bro. You think she buffs it every couple months?
I mean, she probably has to.
Yeah.
I would assume.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Picture number 2.
But when she said we can hold them, I was like, holy crap, are you serious? Like,
yo, I would have.
Oh my god, I am holding an Olympic gold medal.
I said
Brandi and I had a moment.
The first thing I said was,
freaked out. I would have freaked out.
The first thing I said was, my sister's going to be jealous. I texted my sister and she goes, oh my god, I'm so jealous. So, my older sister, Crystal. who was in gymnastics.
That's insane, man. You had to hold Shannon Miller's gold medals. That's wild. The 1/7 of the Magnificent
Well, like
Seven. That's
she
crazy.
like totally was like trusting with them. We got there right when she was coming back from her break, and she just got them out of the bags and just laid them in front of us, and then just like turned around and was doing things and like.
And she said, "You can touch them if you want." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay. Yeah.
She
Okay.
gets,
Cool.
She gets it,
She was
man.
really cool.
Shannon Miller.
I like her.
Love
Yeah.
Shannon Miller.
Now, the next picture, Ferris, when I put these pictures in the LGR Discord, went, "Oh my God, Shannon Miller," and had absolutely no reaction to Dominique Mosianu, who was also on the 1996 Atlanta gold medal winning gymnastics team. And I was like, where is this reaction for Dominique? Now, Ferris, would you like to take it from here?
I was today years old when I found out there were 2 Dominiques on the Magnificent Seven team.
Yeah.
I know Dominique Dawes.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know about Dominique Muciano.
Muciano.
I'm like, who?
Yeah.
What?
Ferris
I don't
had
know this.
zero reaction to her, and I was like, why are you reacting for Shannon Miller and not her?
I feel so bad. Like I feel like
That was an epic fail.
So are you? Oh, so before this, were the only 2 members of that team that you were aware of were Shannon Miller and Dominique Dawes.
Yes.
You don't even know who Carrie Strug is?
I don't know the other 5. I don't.
Oh my God.
No.
Ferris.
There's a documentary about the 96 Olympics on NBC.
Ferris. Carrie Strug had to do the vault to seal the gold medal for the U.S. women's team. They do 2 vaults.
Yes.
The first vault, she sprains her ankle.
No.
So she gets up and she fights through the pain and nails the second vault to win the gold.
What?
Yeah.
That's
It's legendary.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't she tear a ligament?
Yeah, she tore ligaments in her ankle or something. Like, it was bad ankle injury. And she was like, nope, we're winning this gold medal, and did it. It was amazing.
Time out, because let me see let me see if Peacock still has that documentary I was talking about.
Ferris, check that later. We're doing the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Want to say hi to Jay in the chat. Thanks for joining us tonight, Jay. Sorry about South Carolina, but
I'm not sorry.
Ferris is not sorry.
I'm not sorry whatsoever.
Sean's with us in the chat. Hi, Sean. The video of that vault is super impressive. Also, yes, Carrie Strug's vault at the Olympics was super impressive. Yes, so we'll have to watch that later, Ferris. I'll find video for you.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. I don't know what's next here. Next we have Rachel True.
Rachel
from
True.
The Craft.
She was a lovely person.
She was nice. This is one of those ones that when they announced Rachel True to be at 90s Con, I went, who?
Yeah, sorry.
I've never seen The Craft.
I've never seen The Craft.
Yeah.
But I have, and she was also in, was it Half Baked?
I think so,
What?
yeah. Half Baked,
Oh wow,
yeah.
nice.
Yes. She was nice.
She was nice.
Like talking to her, we got a little bit of time, and more people come. I asked her about our necklace.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you know what this feels like? This feels like, y'all know when you see these videos of like these younger athletes and they do like a 90s challenge and they're like, do you know this person? And they're like, I don't know who the Spice Girls are.
Yeah.
This is kind of how I'm feeling right now with
just wait, Ferris.
with 2 of the 3.
Just wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rachel was nice. She was the second person we met on Saturday. But not one of the more memorable interactions, I'd say, that we had. Okay. Next up, we have...
that's where I recognize her.
What?
Rachel True was on Half and Half.
There you go.
She played Mona.
Okay. This is Kimberly
Halloween
J.
Town.
Brown and Daniel, her husband. I don't know how you say his last name. Counts? Something like that.
I know
Halloween
this person.
Town. Okay.
I know it. I know from Halloween.
Well, there's 2 people in this photo with us.
Well, talking about the girl, I don't recognize the guy.
Well, that's her husband. He's also
yeah.
from Halloween Town.
Yes.
What did he play?
Oh my god. The boy she had the thing against.
Calabar?
I think that's what it was.
Oh,
I'll look it up.
She got married to the son of Calabar for Calabar's Revenge. That's him?
Was it Adelia? Adelia's looking it up.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Cal.
Yeah. Yeah, Calabar. Yeah, it's Halloween Town, then Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Halloween Town High? They only have, is it 3?
I don't know.
There's only 3 of them.
I don't know what.
I think there's 3 of them.
Yeah. So they replaced her in the 3rd one. I was very upset. I was like,
they did.
That's not my girl. That's not Marnie.
No. That's
I will
Marnie.
tell you that I remembered Kimberly J. Brown from back in the days when my grandmother and my mother would watch soap operas all day.
Guiding Light.
She was on Guiding Light. So
she played.
That's where I knew her from. I've never seen Halloween Town.
She played Mara.
Yeah.
Right.
Mara.
She played Kim Zimmer's daughter.
Yeah, Mara Lewis.
Yep. So they were fun. So Daniel, I went over to the table and I don't know, she was talking to somebody else before us, and then I don't know, we got talking about something, and then
we were talking to him,
and he's like, "Oh yeah, something about the mall." That's what it was, the mall. And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm probably older than you," and he goes, "Yeah, right." And I was like, "Well, what year were you born?" And he's like, 78. I was like, "Oh, you got me." I said 79, and we high-fived each other because we were born in the 70s.
Yeah, Justin would have had fun with that one.
I know Halloween Town as like. I knew Debbie Reynolds from Halloween Town. I didn't know she was like this like famous actress.
Oh my god.
You know, lineage woman. I found out later. Later. But when someone bring up Debbie Reynolds, I'll be like, the grandma from Halloween Town. And they'd be like, no, Ferris, not the grandma from Halloween Town. Debbie Reynolds, the icon, dummy.
Well, the lady that played her mother was in there too, but we didn't get to go meet her.
Yeah, we didn't get to go meet her.
Judith Hogue.
Oh, yes.
Judith Hogue, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Debbie Reynolds. God rest your soul. Queen.
Yeah. Debbie Reynolds, of course, Carrie Fisher's mom as well. So.
And Billy Lord's grandma.
Todd Fisher.
Todd Fisher as well. Carrie's brother. Okay. Moving on. Robin Tunney, also from The Craft and Empire Records, I believe.
And I think she was in The Mentalist, right?
I think she was, yeah. Ferris, can you confirm? You're the
procedural
guy.
I never watched The Mentalist. That's one of the shows I never
Have
watched.
we found a procedural that Ferris has not watched?
Wow, I've watched it.
There's 2 actually.
I watched it.
It's Castle and The Mentalist. I didn't watch.
What?
Yeah.
I can't. Anyway, I can't talk to you right now.
Robin was really nice.
Have you watched Rizzoli and Isles?
Yes, I have, actually.
Damn it.
Okay, Robin was really nice. She was the first person we met on Saturday. And just really nice. Like
really down to earth.
Really down to earth.
Just attentive.
Yeah, we got a good little bit of time with her because there was no one in her line yet. So
yeah, she was really cool. There's some people are really there to want to meet the fans and who's just doing it for the money, and she's definitely like there and engaging with us and speaking. A lot of them were like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she was really cool. I really enjoyed meeting her. She was really sweet. She gave us a hug.
Yeah, she was nice.
Shout out to Robin Tunney. Very nice lady.
Okay. Next up, DJ Trey.
DJ Trey. So he was the DJ for the con. So he was spinning the tunes that we heard throughout all the whole event. And then he did a set. He did a set that Adelia. It was a little loud for Adelia, but he did a good set Saturday night at the after party.
We went to the after party. We'll get more.
He's not like later. A famous 90 person, is he?
No.
Okay, good. So who's that girl right there?
So that's his girlfriend, his wife, or his girl. Okay. So they're the ones that are the official. They are the official DJ for the whole 90s con. So anything that was being played, he was spinning the tunes, and like we got to meet him. He was off in the corner.
Did he stick to 90s music only?
Yes. Yeah, he stuck to the 90s because of the theme.
Themes of 90s TV shows.
Yep.
Nice.
We'll bring that up again later.
He's really cool. I see him every year. He's there all the time. So if he has a Twitch channel, check it out.
I need you to send me his Twitch channel because I don't remember what it is.
Okay. I will. I think it's Wicked DJs. I think that's what he's under.
But this was actually the last picture we took at 90s
Yeah, it was
Con.
the last picture. What do we got now?
He was really nice.
Yeah, super nice.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Ethan Embry.
I recognize this guy. I recognize him. I just don't know where I recognize him
Okay,
from.
well, you figure out where you recognize him from. Brandi and I know him from Can't Hardly Wait.
Can't hardly wait.
And Empire Records. Ethan was super nice.
Have you seen Empire Records first?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say it's Rex Manning Day. Can't be mad
Ferris?
on Rex Manning Day.
We'll get into that a little bit more later. But I think you're gonna want to watch Empire Records by the time we're done here today, Ferris.
I know him.
From what?
I've seen him in stuff. Like
he's been in a lot.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's so like there's a documentary called "Oh, I Know That Guy." That's called the documentary. He's one of them. He's like, "Oh, I know that guy," but where do I know him? He's like playing like some.
He was in That Thing You Do as well.
Yeah.
No, I can't say. No, I've never watched that movie.
Have you seen
Vegas
Can't Hardly
Vacation?
Wait?
Huh?
Have you seen Can't Hardly Wait?
Oh, yes, yeah, that one. That's the one. I watched it. I watched it my senior year in school. That's the movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's him, and he was
He's trying
the main.
He's trying to get Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's wait. There he is. That's Seth Green is in it, and like
Yep.
Seth Green is like talking about, "Hey man, I know how to get ladies."
He's
then, like,
Kenny.
then, like he hooks up
Special
with a girl.
K.
Then like hooks up with a girl in the bathroom. That's there it is.
Yeah.
I can't hardly
He's
wait.
done a lot of other stuff lately.
Yeah.
He was in Blind Spotting, that one with Daveed Diggs and.
Oh, I watched that. I watched that.
He played a police officer in that. He's been in a bunch of different stuff more recently, but yeah, he was known for the teen stuff back when Brandi and I were teenagers.
Yeah.
So I let him know. I said, because a lot of people were like Empire Records, because obviously the people that were there. And I was like, Can't Hardly Wait. So he high-fived me. I said, that was my senior year. So 98 was my senior year. So that's when Can't Hardly Wait came out, was the year I graduated. So he like high-fived me. He gave us a big hug. He was so super down to earth, very attentive also, like wanting to get to know us a little. So he was really cool. He apologized. He's like, I just ate. He goes, I washed my hands. So I was like,
we were like, you're good.
You're good. We were like the first ones in that line when he came back from lunch. So we were like the first ones. So
Nice.
Yeah.
he was very cool. I love Ethan Embry. Definitely, if you ever get a chance to meet him, I highly recommend going to meet Ethan.
Yeah, his hairline is betraying him though. Like he's.
I mean, that's what happens. Ferris knows.
Damn, Adelia.
It's
Why
true,
do I know?
Ferris. It's true.
Mine is right here, my lady.
Right
It's
now.
here.
Right now.
Well, yeah, right now. But I've shaved my head. I look good.
Listen,
bald. I'm fine.
His was there at your age too. So
All right. You know what, Brandi? How about you shut the hell up and let's move on.
We'll say hi to Brennan in the chat.
What's up, Brandi?
Matt
Brennan.
saying he saw him on To Catch a Predator. He's just kidding. And then Polar Knights in the chat saying 90s, this is so nice to see what the old people did before internet to pass time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, basically. Jay,
Listen, I was
damn,
on
not the
internet in the
hairline. I mean, his was really the only noticeable receding hairline that we saw. So
Was it
stood out.
Adelia? Was it like it's time to let it go, buddy?
No, I don't think
No.
it's time to let it go. He looks good the way he is right here, but
Some people just have a head for like the receding like side thing.
yeah, he looks good. He still looks good.
Yeah, some people don't. Some people need to like shave it off.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, next
Oh, we got a lot more.
Wendy Wilson from Wilson Phillips.
I love how
Okay.
this picture
I
came
got
out.
it.
Okay,
Gotcha,
Ferris,
gotcha. All right,
tell the
gotcha.
story. Tell the story, Ferris.
I didn't know. I thought Wilson Phillips was one person. I thought it was. Adelia was like, oh, Ferris, we're gonna meet Wilson Phillips. I was like, oh, that's dope. Are they a cool person? It's like, no, Ferris, it's 3 people. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean 3 people? I was like, it's 3 people. I was like, so why are they called the Wilson Phillips? Then Adelia went on like a full thing where she goes, it's Brian Wilson's daughters with the daughter of who?
John and Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and Papas.
The Mamas and the Papas. They made a group with Brian Wilson's 2 daughters called Wilson Phillips Fairs, and I was like,
it was actually really funny because Wilson Phillips performed at the after party, and China Phillips basically told the story of how they came up with the name Wilson Phillips. They actually thought of a bunch of different names, including Nirvana, before Nirvana was a thing. And then they decided that what the name actually needed to be was Wilson Phillips. It encapsulated them perfectly, and she goes, "We sound like a law firm, but it's us."
Yes, it does. Yes, Matt, she still got it.
Yeah, she still got it, Paris.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, this is Wendy Wilson. We went actually to meet the Wilsons from Wilson Phillips twice. Wendy was so sweet and so lovely when I told her how much their album California means to me. It's an album that I don't think a lot of Wilson Phillips fans from the 90s even necessarily know that they put out. It's covers of songs from the 70s and 60s and stuff about California or by California-based artists. And
I gotta listen to that then.
It's really good. It came out about 6 weeks after my breakdown. And I got it for my birthday that year, and I listened to it on repeat as I sort of adjusted to this new medication haze that surrounds me and everything, and it really means a lot to me, that album. And I got to tell all 3 members of Wilson Phillips this. So we had Wendy, who was great, and then, let's see, this is Carney, her sister. Carney was fantastic. We got to talk to Carney as well about her daughter being on American Idol this season. So and, not to listen to the haters. Because she was talking at the panel we went to earlier that day about how there was a lot of hate online after her daughter's audition, as if she wouldn't encourage her daughter to be a singer just because she was the singer. And at the panel, she said that, if I was a doctor, would I not encourage my kid to be a doctor if they wanted to be a doctor? Why is it different if it's a singer? So we got to talk to her about that.
Well, her daughter was on American Idol. She did not make it past the Hollywood round.
Gene Simmons, his daughter was on X Factor. The first year they did X Factor, that year with Willie Jones and Britney Spears, and so it was L.A. Reid, Britney Spears, Demi Lovato, and Simon. So she walks out and you hear L.A. Reid say, "I recognize this girl. Who is this?" And then they see Gene Simmons off to the side. They were like, "Yo, that's Gene Simmons' daughter." Yeah, so she didn't make it past.
I told Carney Wilson that she's my people because she was just funny and down to earth. She's like us. She's so much like us. She's a lot like us.
I had to crouch down really low for this picture too.
I took
Carney's about Brandi's height. Yeah.
So what happened was, we took a picture before and Adelia didn't like it. I said we're gonna go back and we're gonna get a best picture. So I asked them. So the handler took pictures, but then I said, "Is it all right if I do a selfie with me holding it?" And at first she was like, "Oh, they said, we couldn't." She goes, "But what the hell, go for it." And then the girl was going to say something and Carney told her, "No." I said she could,
She was really cool.
Yeah, so I took this picture and it came out awesome. I love this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Thank you, Sean. I'm really glad that I got a chance to tell them that too. That was the one goal that I had going into 90s.
And Adelia was nervous. She was nervous. And so I said,
she was really nervous, yeah.
I said, I tried to ease her mind, but a lot of them, they're really cool. I'll if you need me to ease into it first, and then, that's what I did. I kind of Adelia.
Yeah.
And she got to tell her stuff. So I'm really glad that she got to do that. And I was going to make sure she did that.
Yep. So that was Wendy. This is Carney. And here is China, who is strange.
She was a little strange. She was nice. She was lovely.
She was nice. She was nice. A little aloof.
I just laughed because then afterwards she told us that she was sick, and now we're blaming her for me being sick.
Yeah, and me being sick for a few days too. So we blame China Phillips.
So now we always say it's China's fault.
Yeah, it's the new running inside joke. It's China Phillips' fault.
As you see, I'm still coughing. Adelia's better. I'm still recovering. My voice isn't fully all there, but
Matt was even in Discord earlier saying the Evie Mux problems last night were China Phillips' fault. So
you know what? I'm okay with that. Let's blame China Phillips.
Also, they had ring lights set up for taking the selfies, so you can see the ring light in China's glasses, and
in yours.
Funny.
In yours.
And in mine, but it's worse in China's.
No, it's right in the middle of China's. Like, you look in the middle, they're in both of hers. Yeah. That is not her eyeballs. That is the ring camera.
It makes her look strange, and it's just like, she was...
It's funny. I love it.
It's funny. Yeah. Matt in the chat saying he stubbed his toe yesterday. It was China Phillips' fault. But no, they were lovely, and you could tell that the part of the job that China likes the best is the performing and talking singing. About the music, because she was great on stage at the after party, and she was really engaging and funny and during the panel that they did. So I just think she didn't feel very good, and she doesn't particularly like this part of it. So
when we went back, so Carney and her were like right side by side, so I had to go through. So she was there and Carney was there. So I said, ladies, you did a great job Saturday night, because we went to see them Sunday. And you know, China was really sweet. She's like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And we went to Carney, and then we didn't get to go to her again because she had people interviewing her there. So we didn't get to go back over there. Yeah. But I did get to say, you know, that they did a great job, and she was very appreciative of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also utterly insane to me, utterly insane that there were never lines we had to stand in for Wilson Phillips.
Yeah.
Like, we stood in a line for pretty much everyone else. No lines for Wilson Phillips. It was utterly insane to me.
Yeah.
They probably thought they probably thought it was one person.
No. Anybody that knows anything about the 90s knows Wilson Phillips and their song Hold On. If no other songs, they had others, but Hold On especially. And so, like, I'm surprised.
I'm just kind of guiding you guys, Adelia. Just break it down to me. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Because I can't really contribute anything. but just be happy right now.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
We got something for you. Don't worry.
We got something for you. Don't worry.
I'm really scared.
Don't be scared. Do not
be
excited.
Scared. I'm scared and excited at the same time.
Do not be scared. Okay, this is Soleil Moon Fry, aka Punky Brewster.
She took my phone and took this herself.
Yeah, Soleil took this picture herself. She remembered Brandi. Brandi'd met her before, and she looked right at Brandi and was like, "What'd she say?"
She was like, you weren't wearing that shirt the last time I saw you."
Yeah.
I had a Jay and Silent Bob shirt on. So if you know, like, Kevin Muse, Jay Smith, I had a Jay and Silent Bob shirt on. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I love that shirt. And she's like, it's so good to see you again. And she, like, hugged me. And then, so I got to see her at Rhode Island Comic Con with Justin. And this was in November. And I had told her that me and Adelia reviewed her movie, her home videos, that she had a documentary of her home videos called Kid 90. Yeah. So I had told her about that in at Rhode Island Comic Con, and then I said it again. I was like, I don't know if you remember me telling you about reviewing it. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, this is my best friend Adelia, who I got to review it. And she's like, oh my god, thank you so much. And Adelia got to express how much it meant to her, and we got to both tell her together what that kind of did, you know, how it made us feel, because we've also were in that, you know, and it made us feel like we weren't alone, because we all went through it, and to see that she also went through stuff like that also. Mm-hmm. And so we got to thank her about it. And then she's going to be...
Yeah, we've got to talk to her about The Carters, which is this upcoming documentary she produced about the Carter family. It was Nick Carter and Aaron Carter were like the singers in the family, but there were 5 siblings, and now only Nick and Aaron's twin Angel are still alive. And so she's produced a documentary. Is it a documentary or a documentary series? About,
I think it's a documentary.
Yeah, about the Carters. And Brandi and I are going to review that. And she said, you better send me the link. So we're going to send her the link to the Kid 91 as well. So that'll be fun.
It's like the DeBarges.
The DeBarges.
Yeah. Only one DeBarge is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Soleil.
I was trying to connect it with me, you know.
Yeah, okay, this is Brittany Daniel from Sweet Valley High.
Or Ferris would know her from White Chicks.
Or the game. I remember when she was on the game. Yes.
Okay. Or the game.
And the game.
I know her from Sweet Valley High. I read every Sweet Valley High book there was when I was in high school, and they made a TV series out of it, which I found out is on Amazon Prime, and I might rewatch. But Brittany was lovely. She was absolutely lovely.
I love her.
She was with Keenan Ivory Wayans for like 10 years, I think. They were together. They were together.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. But she's very sweet.
I'm telling you this.
Okay.
I'm not just saying this like, yeah, that's a fact. They were together.
She's very sweet. She has was it a 3-year-old?
She's 49 years old. She has a 3-year-old.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
It's never too late, but like...
She's like, that's what keeps her young. She has a 4-year-old.
Because she was on a panel that we saw with 3 other people that we will be getting to shortly, talking about their shows back in the 90s. And when she said that, I was like, holy shit, I could not do that. I'm 42 and I could not deal with a 3-year-old. Like, I have a 3-year-old nephew that I can deal with for like a day or two and I'm okay. I could not deal with that all the time.
But she was super sweet, and I got to talk to her, and I was like, I got to meet you, I was like, at Rhode Island Comic. She goes, wow, that was a really long time ago. It was a really long time ago, and I was like, you're so lovely. I loved you. Obviously, we were Sweet Valley High fans. I was like, but, you know, we watched other things. I was like, White Chicks and stuff. So, I'm like, she was super sweet. Got to
Joe Dirt.
Got to chat with her for a little while.
Kelly Pitt.
Sean says, man, Nick and Aaron were not the Carters I first thought of. Beyonce, Jay-Z was first, then Jimmy and Rosalind. and Jay is saying, White Chicks, you had to be there.
Yeah, he did. That dance battle is iconic.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Jenna Lee Green from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Libby.
Yeah.
Sabrina's best friend.
No.
Okay, sorry.
She was the mean girl.
The mean one.
The mean girl.
He's racking his brain right now. He's looking it up right now. I know.
She's been in other stuff too. Like, we found out she toured the country doing Wicked.
She played Nessa.
Was Nessa Rose, and then also did some stints as Elphaba. So that was cool. She also had made it onto Broadway doing Wicked, so that's really cool. She was super sweet.
So
yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Sorry.
Anyway, she was hosting some of the panels. She was some of the panel hosts, and we were waiting because we were like, it was Sunday. We were like, oh, we'll just see who's around or whatever. And it said she'll be back at 3:00. So we looked at the thing, and it was like 2 minutes to 3. And Adelia goes, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll go wait." So we were waiting there for a while and started talking to the lady that was at the table, and then the other girl that was the photographer that helps take the pictures. And we were waiting there to like, she should be back any minute. And they were like, we're waiting. It was like, what, a half hour later? Half hour, 45 minutes later?
Half hour, 45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. And what had happened was she was doing the panel for the Charmed cast, but it was only Holly Marie and Rose that were there. And Rose was there with the Scream cast, and the Scream cast photo ops went over, so they were over for a half hour. And she goes, I told them to get a hold of you. They told me that they were going to get a hold of her handler at the table, and they never did. So we were waiting there, and I'm like, it's okay. We really didn't. We
had a wonderful conversation with a lady named Rhonda, and the other lady was named Lauren. They were really great. And I got to tell Lauren that Lauren is my middle name. So that was cool. And Brandi took great amusement in that for reasons that we will not discuss.
Inside joke.
But yeah, Jenna was lovely when she came back. And when she came back, I'd been talking to Rhonda about my sensory processing disorder, and she started talking to me about it, and she'd never heard of it before. And I got to sort of explain to her what it was and stuff. So that was cool too.
And then I got to say, I love your middle name. And I said, it's also mine. And she's like, what? And so I was like, yeah. I said, how many people mess it up? And she goes, a lot of people. She goes, they call her Gina Lay. And I was like, Gina Lay? I was like, I'm Brandi Lay. So nice to meet you. It's Lee. It is said Lee.
Yeah.
I knew a dude named Lee. Spelled it just like you. Leigh. I'll be like, what? Get me off.
So when you see my name and I go by B Lee 1130, but it looks like Blay. So everybody's like Blay, and I'm like Lee.
Blay.
Brandi.
Blay with the mains.
Okay.
Yeah,
David
baby.
Arquette.
Yeah, baby.
David Arquette.
No. Former WCW World Champion David Arquette.
He was super chill, super soft-spoken. Really nice. We did the pictures that the handler took, and then Brandi asked if she could take one, and he was like, yeah, of course, why not? And go for it. And it was just really nice.
Listen, I get the best pictures when I do it myself, so I know I'm going to like them. And I have full control of it. He's very chill. I got to meet him at Rhode Island Comic Con too with Justin, and he's just really chill. And I was like, he didn't have a line. I said, Adelia, we're going. He's there. Let's just do it because I love him.
He must have just come back from the Scream photo op, and everybody was still at the Scream photo op because the lines for the Scream cast were so long all weekend.
Yeah,
he's the only one we got from the Scream cast.
I wanted to get Dermot Mulroney for Delia because he's really, but I guess he left after.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there.
Yo, David Arquette has a great documentary called "You Can't Kill David Arquette." It's like, so like the reason I say former WCW World Champion, so like when he won the title back in 2000, people got very mad and they hated him, and he was like hated in the wrestling community. So then he said, I'm gonna reclaim, love in the wrestling. So he made a documentary about becoming an actual wrestler. So he became a wrestler.
Hi, Greg.
What's up, Greg? He like joined, like did the indies.
Thank
Adelia.
you.
He like did the indies and stuff like that, and he gained a lot more respect. So shout out to David Arquette, man. Shout out to him.
He's great. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandi. But he's also in the Kid 90 documentary, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
They are friends. Because when I got to actually Justin was there with me. When I was at Soleil, he came over to Soleil, and I guess the picture that she signed for me fell, and David Arquette picked it up, and Justin took it from him, like, oh, that's hers. And he's like, oh, okay. He just said thank you, and he's like, no problem. Like, he was very chill, very, very chill.
Very
so yeah,
nice
they're
guy.
friends.
Very nice guy.
They're friends. Soleil and him are friends.
Greg has a message for you,
Ferris. Well, that's very rude of you, Gregory. Spoken from those loser Cowboys fans.
AJ from the Backstreet Boys.
Let's go. My favorite.
He's
he was
cool.
My favorite too. He's really cool.
I don't know why I said that because I don't.
No.
No,
he's a good one to have as your favorite from the Backstreet Boys.
Is he the one who wore in the I Want It That Way music video? Is he the one with the hat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Yeah. It's either him or the tall guy with the trench coat.
That's Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
No, this is AJ. AJ, I love AJ. So we got to meet AJ, and I was like, I met you before. And he's like, we have? I was like, yeah. I said, you did a show called Undateable Live, and you were like, it was the last shows. And he goes, yeah, I remember. I said, I was there. I said, and I got to go to the after party, and I got to meet you and Howie. I was like, thank you for being such a lovely person. He's like, you're sweet. Like, he's just really cool.
He's
really
wonderful.
Cool.
He was really nice. We saw him at the same panel that Wilson Phillips were on, and he told some hysterically funny stories. And when he found out Carney's daughter was on American Idol, he was like, oh my God, I have to vote for her and Brian from Backstreet Boys' son Bailey. So it was funny. He's just really cool and really chill. And I got to wear my I Love 90s boy band shirt while I met him. So that was cool.
Mine says I heart the 90s.
Don't get us copyright claims.
Sorry, my bad. It's probably the greatest, one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah, it's a great song. Lacey Chabert from Party
Gretchen,
5.
Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. She does a lot of Hallmark Channel stuff now too. Super sweet. She's sitting down here.
Ryan Christensen's favorite person.
And I said to her, I was like, I know you're not going to get many of this, but All My Children, she played Bianca Montgomery, Erica Kane's daughter on All My Children. One of the first ones. So I was like,
says
I
she's
remember.
very hot. She's beautiful.
Very.
And she's like, you're the first one that said that to me today. And I was like, yes. It's the first one that got it. Bianca Montgomery.
Sean would like to know why it's one of the greatest songs of all time, Ferris.
Tell me why, Ferris.
Yeah, no, don't. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
Because you want it that way, Sean. That's why. Let me hear you say.
But sorry. Lacey was very sweet.
She was very sweet, yeah. We got to talk to her for a few minutes, and she's just lovely. She's just a lovely person. That's basically all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, who's next? Wilfredell.
Hey, Sean.
This is not Sean.
No, that's Eric.
No, I mean Eric. Sorry, you guys also met Sean.
Yes.
I saw Ryder Strong.
That's all right.
You saw Ryder Strong? Is on the other one.
Hang on a second. Matthew, you started this last night, and I will not tolerate it tonight.
Yeah.
And he's laughing.
Wilfredell, very down to earth too.
Totally down to earth. Really, really cool.
I was like loving the beard because
yeah,
he's got a beard.
Wilfredell's line very popular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the boy people are always popular.
There's a great episode on the sequel series, Girl Meets World, where he shows up. He's running for, I think, state senate or Congress or something, and there's this reporter that's saying, "You could do it, man. You could do it." And then they're at the debate. He's debating this dude, like the incumbent, and the dude's like, "Someone give me an example of him being a good person and him looking out for somebody's best interest. Somebody do it." And the reporter says, "I have an example. He did it for me." And everyone's like, "What? Who are you?" So the actor was the kid. Y'all remember the orphan he was gonna adopt, but the kid ended up getting a better family, and Eric had to say, "You would be better with them." The reporter in Girl Meets World was that actor, and it flashed back to that scene. It was amazing.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
It was amazing. Cool. Yeah.
I've never seen Girl Meets World, but I've seen every episode of Boy Meets World. Eric was my favorite character on that.
I watched a couple episodes with my sister, and then she grew up and was like, "I want to watch anime." I was like, "All right."
They grow up so fast.
I know. She doesn't like Star Wars. Threw me off.
It happens.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so Wilfredell was amazing. Did you tell him you liked the beard? Because
yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I said, he goes, "Oh, thank you." But it just reminded me. Remember when he was in that episode of Boy Meets World, and he was the old man, had the old man.
Yeah.
And look, it's coming true.
Yeah, he was great.
Love it.
Also great was Ryder Strong.
Oh man, Sean.
This is Sean. Yeah.
I was a Sean fan. I loved Sean. Sean was
my favorite.
He was my favorite too.
Sean's my guy.
He was really sweet. He's a very shy person too. Like you could see, like the way he was talking with us, and he was just like, he kind of does the Sean kind of shyness too. But I liked him. I always loved Ryder. I got to tell. I'm a week older than you. Like pretty much 2 weeks older than him.
Nice.
We were born the same year. And he was born in December. And I was like, December, I said 11 is my magic number because his birthday is December 11th. And I was just like, it was just meant to be, number 11. I'm a dork, I know.
You were born in November. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Forgot about that. November babies. You know what it is. Shout out. Adelia's in March, I think.
May.
Yeah, I was right. I was close.
You were not right.
I was close.
I was right.
Joey Lawrence.
Oh,
my boys.
That's my boy. I was like, I grew up with you. I was like, I grew up with him with like, give me a break when he was little. I was like, I gotta tell you, I told him. I said to Joey.
He played like a criminal on Hawaii Five-0.
He did.
And he would pop up and be like, "I'm like, hey, it's my boy Joey."
But also, his brother was on Hawaii Five-0.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Andrew.
Hold on. First, Jay is saying tisk tisk to Ferris for not remembering when my birthday is. Greg is saying May is when they invented the grilled cheese.
Is that true?
That's another inside joke.
No.
And Matt would like you to mansplain my birthday to me, Ferris.
No.
It was May 12th. The
Ferris!
24.
Ferris!
No. 30th.
Okay, now I'm getting offended. No, it's 29th.
29th.
So you even got it wrong.
She was closer than you were.
I was close. I was off by a couple of days.
You were off
I was
by
off by
2
one.
months to begin with.
Ask me again when your birthday is. Ask me again.
When is my birthday, Ferris?
May 29th.
What year was I born?
1982.
Okay.
Good job.
Good job.
That was true. He was like, I think I pulled the right one out of my hat. That's what that face is right there.
I guess that would.
He wasn't confident. He was not confident.
Yeah, Jay's like on live TV.
I was not confident on the 1982. I was not confident.
Your face, though, when you said it, did not have the confidence of it. 1982.
I did not have. He was also the fake fiance on My Fake Fiance with Melissa Joan Hart. It was it was a ABC Family movie that I watched.
He also played in Melissa and Joey with Melissa Joan Hart.
Yes, Melissa and Joey.
He was on Blossom.
Blossom. Yes, whoa! I told him I liked his music. But I also said to him, I grew up with him, loving him, and then, it was Matthew. I said, but Andy had a glow up, and I'm sorry, Andy's my favorite now.
Well, let's move on, because I think the next picture is Matthew.
Hey, my boy, Matthew.
I really like that picture.
It's a great picture of us.
It is a great picture. I do love Matthew. I do love me some Matthew Lawrence.
They were in so many.
Yeah.
Like they were
Love.
They were in Brotherly Love, and then like Matthew and Andrew were in like other Disney
Matthew
Channel.
Was in Boy Meets World.
Yeah, Matthew was in Boy Meets World, but he was also in other DComs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumping Ship. All three of them were in Jumping Ship. Yeah, I remember
they did a lot together. Yeah, they did a few of them together that they did. But Matthew is actually the nerd of the brothers, and I very much relate to him. But I said to him, I'm like, you have lizards, and because they do a podcast, the Brotherly Love podcast. They have it on YouTube. I suggest you watch it if you're a fan of theirs. They're very funny. But Matthew, when he was little, they shared a story of how he smuggled lizards in his armpits through the airport to bring home. And now he's like a lizard daddy. He has like a bunch of lizards at home. And I was like, I never knew, like from the stories you guys are telling me, I was like, you're a nerd just like me. He goes, I've always been the nerd. I said, yeah, but we're just finding about it now because you always seemed like you were the cool dude, but you're just as nerdy as us. He's like, always. And I got a big hug from that because, we bonded as our nerdiness.
He was super cool.
Yeah, super cool, super down to earth. I loved me some Lawrence brothers.
Okay.
Andrew's my icon, man. Andrew's my guy, bro. I remember him in Going to the Mat. He plays a blind wrestler. He plays the other me, where he clones himself. Mm-hmm. Also, too. But here's the more iconic thing is, he is Theodore T.J. Detweiler in Recess. Let's go. That's my shit. That's my guy, man. Out of all the Lawrence brothers, I love them all, but this my guy.
I told Andy he's my favorite. I said I grew up with Joey. I love Matt. I said, but you're my guy. I was like, I love you. Like, you're awesome. I was like, you had a huge blow up, and he was like, he was kind of blushing. He was like, thanks. I was like, I love you, Andy. And then I asked him where his dog was, because he usually has his little Shmee is his dog name, and he's like, I had to leave Shmee home. And I was like, he's not under the table, because that's where usually when they do the podcast, the dog's under the table. So I was like, I love that dog. Such a cool little dog.
He
like
was
a French
really cool.
bulldog.
They seem like good, well-adjusted young men.
Oh, they are. They're really cool. Andy's the cool one now, out of Joey and Matt. Andy's
Absolutely.
The cool one.
Absolutely.
All right.
Stay the cool one.
We are approaching the surprise. I can't remember if it's the next slide or the one after this. So we will find out together which one is next. But here we go. Oh, first it's Jaleel.
Okay, yes. I know you meant Jaleel White.
It's the next one.
Okay, but y'all met Mario Lopez and Mark.
We're getting to that.
Okay.
We got a lot more.
Surprise in the middle. This is gonna be a long show tonight, Ferris. We're not done in an hour.
Okay, cool. Love me some Urkel. It's my guy.
Urkel was great. He was great. We got to talk to him about Skeleton Crew, and I get the feeling that no one had talked to him about Skeleton Crew because everybody was like Urkel. So we talked to him about Skeleton Crew.
He's like, I said, you did a good job. He's like, thank you. I was like, were you a big Star Wars fan before this? And he's like, I am now. So, he's like, I want to come back. So he wants to do more.
Fun fact, he's also Sonic.
Mm-hmm, he is.
People don't know that, man. They just know him as Urkel. He's Sonic, man.
That's when a lot of them were for Sonic and Urkel, because that little girl drew Sonic for him. But we said Skeleton Crew. He's like, thank you. He goes, I want to come back. So he wants to be back in the Star Wars universe.
We didn't technically see him die, so he could come back.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
He even said, I want to say, He even said he hopes he's back for season 2. Like he hopes they get a season 2 because he'll be back for it.
Okay. Matt saying Stefan, of course, Stefan or did he have any cheese? And Jay saying Urkel taught me how to persevere even when everything is not going your way, which is very true. Urkel taught a lot of people that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. They were great episodes. I remember my favorite episode was when I think I told you this, Adelia. His bully was dying and needed a bone marrow transplant. So he set up a drive to do a bone marrow transplant. And then he found out that he was the best match. And then he donated his bone marrow. And then he's in the bathroom and his bully like walks in and he like has PTSD because like he would like get beat up. And he's like, hey, Urkel, I heard it was you who did this. And like it was like this very poignant scene. It was like, thank you so much for saving my life. I appreciate you, even though I made your life a living hell. Why did you do it? He was like, hey man, you may have been my bully, but there's a good person in you. And I couldn't just let a kid die, man. And then you could have. It was amazing. It was amazing.
The night before I went to 90s Con, I was at my sister's house in Colorado, and I found out by watching Game Show Network with them that he also hosts a game show on Game Show Network called Flipside. So check that out.
Shout out to the Game Show Network, man. The Game Show Network is pretty great.
Oh, I hit the button.
Oh.
You know who that is?
You know who that is?
I don't recognize his face.
Did he just freeze? Oh my god.
Ferris! How did you not recognize this?
Oh my god. Michael!
Maybe we go to the next picture, him in the T-Birds jacket.
Oh. That's
Michael. Maxwell Caulfield.
That's Michael.
Yeah. He got up. He got up out of his seat. Look at him. He's
out of his chair. He is excited.
Oh snap! That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my. It's America. You know what I mean?
So he had a replica T-Bird jacket. We asked him to put it on, and he took this picture with us. And then we also did this one, which Brandi took without the jacket on. He's also Rex Manning in Empire Records. So you need to watch Empire Records, Ferris.
That doesn't matter, man. That's Michael Carrington from Grease too. How you doing, Michael Carrington?
Yeah. Okay, so we have in the chat here, Ferris, you're so old. Greg thought it was a young Joe Biden. Then he says, cool writer.
Yeah.
And Matt says Ferris jumped out of his chair and some Werther's originals fell out.
Yeah, they fell out onto the desk. Oh, that's my guy, man. That's my guy.
He was really nice.
He told us to tell you hello and thank you for being a fan. We told him about you.
He said he put on the jacket just for you.
Just for you.
That's my boy, man. That's my boy, man. That's my boy. I love this guy, man. Oh, God. He probably's like, people don't really talk about Grease, too.
Well,
I don't think he heard a lot of Grease, too, that weekend. Yeah. Maybe a little, but more Empire Records, because they made a big deal about the Empire Records cast.
Yeah.
Ferris, Greg saying he would have told him he was better than Travolta.
I would have said that. I would have said that. It's like Travolta doesn't hold a candle.
We talked to him about his wife, Juliet Mills, who was on Passions.
Wait, time out.
Timmy.
You told him. So he put that jacket on just for me. Is that what you telling me?
We said we asked him if he'd put on the jacket. We said we have a friend named Ferris who is the biggest Grease 2 fan that we have ever known, and he would be really cool if he could put on the jacket. And he said, "I'll put it on just for Ferris."
Oh my God, that's my boy, man. Yo, this is awesome, man. I can't. Yo, we gotta end the show. Let's end the show right now. Oh my, this is awesome, man. I'm sorry. Continue.
Greg with wait, he married someone from Passions. Yeah, Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabitha. Timmy and Tabitha, the one that had the talking doll. Timmy.
I think I yelled too loud, and I think thank God, like my neighbor over there is my dad, so he's not gonna get mad at me. And no one's in that room over there. But I think someoe's across the hall from me, but they didn't hear me.
Okay, so maybe don't scream anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey man, it's Michael Carrington. You know what I mean?
It was really cool. He was really nice. Okay.
Reproduction. Sorry, my bad. Continue. Sorry.
Christine Taylor.
You know who this is, right?
For fuck's sake, Ferris.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna throw something at you.
Say something.
First off, before we even get to the stuff that she's in, she's married to Ben Stiller.
Do you remember the Brady Bunch movie? She was Marsha.
That's Marsha?
Mm-hmm.
Like
from the
Marsha?
Brady Bunch movie.
Okay then.
Oh my God.
She would be entirely too young to be Marsha from the Brady Bunch. She's in Dodgeball.
She was in The Wedding Singer.
Oh,
Drew Barrymore's best friend in The Wedding Singer.
She's the girl in Dodgeball where at the end she makes out with the girl and Vince Vaughn's like, oh, she's a lesbian. And then she says, no, I'm bisexual. And then she makes out with Vince Vaughn. That's her. That's her. Yeah, I recognize her.
Yes,
of course,
Jay, it very much did.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe Ferris doesn't know who Christine Taylor is. We got to talk to her about a bunch of things.
Dude.
She was also in The Craft, and she was also in Hey Dude, which is a phenomenal television show that was on Nickelodeon when we were younger. And yeah.
She's probably one of my favorite people to talk to because she was just so cool.
Yeah, Matt chiming in. She was Simple Jack's love interest in Tropic Thunder. Jay saying, of course you remember that part, Ferris. And, Greg was thinking it was Alicia Silverstone for some reason.
I did meet her though.
Yeah, we did not meet her at 90s Con.
Not at 90s Con, but I have met her before.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ferris.
Yes, she was in Dodgeball.
I have to say I'm very disappointed in you, Ferris.
I am.
But I recognize her now.
Ferris? She was in Friends. Did you watch Friends, right?
Yeah,
the one that shaved her head, the one that had the ball cut.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Mario Lopez is sitting down in this picture.
I don't know this. I'm kidding. I know who Mario Lopez is. I know who Mario Lopez is.
Okay. What do you know Mario Lopez from?
He's AC Slater and Access Hollywood.
Thank fucking
AC
Christ.
Smack you. We're gonna smack you. Oh my God! If he was in between us again, Adelia, we need to. Every time he does something,
October.
But we need a clip. That clip of me and you smacking him at the same time when we were in Arizona. Like every time.
That can be arranged.
Yeah, that's gonna be our new clip. We're just gonna smack Ferris with clip.
But yes,
he's
Mario
sitting
Lopez,
down.
He's sitting down in this
He's
picture.
not my height.
Very funny. Someone on my Facebook page responded to my post with all these pictures and said, I thought he was taller. And I had to be like, Kathy, he's sitting down.
He's not really my height. Like, he's taller than me.
Yeah.
But he was nice. Not very too talkative, but he was nice.
Yeah. Not very talkative. He was nice. He was much more talkative at the panel we went to. Which was the Saved by the Bell people and Brittany Daniel, called the high school panel. He was really funny in that, but he's very nice. And,
yeah, I remember that. That's the video people always bring up. So he was like eating tacos. He was like eating tacos, and he was like, because I think he's from Reseda, I think. I don't know, or he's from like somewhere in LA, and he was talking like how he talked like growing up. because people would be like, because when he goes to work, he puts on his work voice. So then when he was like just hanging out with his friend and he put on like his friend voice, people were like, "Yo, is Mario Lopez Mexican?" It's like, yes. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Okay, so we met Mario, and we also met Elizabeth Berkley.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, she I don't know. She had to go do something, and so they were rushing.
Photo op.
So we didn't get too much time with her. So it was just pretty much a quick.
Let's be clear. We didn't get much time with her because the two people in front of us in line had about 80 things for her to sign.
Yeah.
Autograph hunters. So she had to basically rush through our photo and time with her to get to their photo op. So.
Hey guys, caffeine addiction is serious. All right, it's serious.
No one should ever take caffeine pills seriously.
No one should ever take caffeine pills.
No. But she was nice. But it was
nice.
It was a pretty fast.
Yeah.
So she's married to the nephew of Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
That threw me off. When I found that out, that threw me off. I was like, wait, what?
Yep. Yeah. I remember that. Okay, and then the very first person we met at 90s Con, Mark
my boy.
Paul Gosselaar. My boy and my sisters, Mark Paul Gosselaar, aka Zach Morris. And he was on NYPD Blue and a bunch of other things. Franklin and Bash Ferris reminds me of often.
That's my shit right there.
So he was probably the longest line we sat in because we got there last and we didn't get the wristband for the line, the ADA line. And I'm still in my coat. I didn't even take my coat.
Brandi's in her. We just basically dropped our stuff off at the room and decided we were going to go get our badges. And then there was 10 minutes left in the con for the day. So Brandi asked if we could go in and walk around. And they said, yeah. And we walked around and we saw his line. And we were like, let's try to get in line. And we got in line, and then they put out the call in the convention center that if you weren't in a line, you had to leave. Because like a minute later. And so we stood in line, and we got to meet Mark Paul Gosselaar. And I got an autographed picture of him for my sister. Because she shares a birthday with him. He's 10 years older than her. And I could not remember my sister's age when he asked me how old my sister was. So I just said she's 10 years younger than you.
Yeah. So I said,
and then Brandi said my sister's age.
How
did you react to that? Did he be like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?"
No.
He said 10 years, and then I said 41. He goes, "You're good at math." And I was like, sometimes I don't know.
So he also played the father in Mixed-ish.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
This is the third time I've met him, and he's had a different look every time I've met him because he had the long hair when he was doing Mixed-ish. And now his hair's back to short, so like.
Brandi was making my sister very jealous the night before I flew to Massachusetts because she was sending me the pictures of all the people that she's met that I know. I was telling her would make my sister jealous, and I was showing my sister. So it was a lot of fun to be able to go there and get the autograph picture for my sister. And I was like, I couldn't keep the fact that I got the autograph picture from her, so I had to tell her that I got. And
I got to see. I was on the phone with Adelia when she gave her sister the thing, and her sister was like, "Oh my god!" And she was like so happy and like.
She was like, "My man."
My man.
And like my sister on my Facebook page when I posted that I was going to 90s Con was like, say hi to Zach Morris for me. Like she just loves him.
So Tiffany Amber Thiessen wasn't there?
No.
Just Mark, Paul, Mario, and Elizabeth.
Damn. I would have told Tiffany how much I loved her in White Collar.
I know you would have.
She was awesome in White Collar.
I want to meet Lark Voorhees sometime, but I don't think she does cons.
No, you don't.
And we're still not even done. We've had more people coming.
I mean, Ferris, I do, and I'll tell you the reason why later.
Okay.
But
I think we're getting.
We have the 90210 people now. Jason Priestley.
Yeah.
So when we were getting up to his line, the DJ.
This is gonna be sad.
The DJ played the 90210 theme song as we got up to him. And he was like, "Oh man."
His head just went down.
I was like, "This is perfect." I knew we were coming.
First, why is this going to be sad?
No, because you said it's the 90210 people, the 90210 people, right?
Mhm.
And I just thought of Luke Perry.
The surviving 90210 people
Listen.
were there. Everyone but Luke and Shannon, obviously.
Yeah.
Luke is
But,
the only one. I've met all the cast. I have not gotten Luke. That was the only person. I did get Shannon before she passed away. But I got the rest of them because there was a few I did not get, and Jason was one of them. And so now I completed that with getting him and Jenny and Andrea.
Yes.
I want to play Andrea.
Gabrielle Carteris.
I said Andrea.
Yeah, you said Andrea. So
I know I did.
Jason Priestley was amazing. Got to just talk to him, and like this is when I realized, okay, talking to these people wasn't going to be as nerve-wracking as I thought it was. It was just Wilson Phillips that I was really nervous for. The rest of them was really nice. Next up we have, I believe, Gabrielle Carteris as Andrea.
She was super sweet. She had on
great.
pants that were like 90s. They were very, I wish I had a picture of her pants. They
When
were
I
like,
saw that photo, I saw Jason Priestley's name. So I was like, who is this? So it threw me off.
Jason Priestley.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that's not Jason Priestley.
That's not Jason Priestley. No. Gabrielle Carteris was right next to Jason Priestley, and
Yeah.
she took the photos facing Jason Priestley's booth. So
Yeah.
it says Jason Priestley in the background.
I'm sure we got a picture of Jason Priestley. Might have been in our background at Adelia cropped.
I did. Yes, I did. I cropped all of these into squares to make them look like Polaroids because I'm weird. But she was really nice, and we got to tell her that we were Andrea's, and she said, "Aren't we all?"
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
What does that mean? Did y'all like take like a BuzzFeed test?
No, like
Oh.
No.
if you watched Beverly Hills 90210, it was incredibly clear that Brandi and I were Andrea's.
Mhm.
Oh,
Andrea's.
time. Is it like that time you told me you were Ali Sheedy from the Breakfast Club?
Pretty much.
Ferris. I mean, kind of, except we're choosing from Shannon Doherty's Brenda, Jenny
Okay.
Garth Kelly, Tori Spelling's Donna, and Gabrielle Carteris' Andrea. We were Andrea's.
Yeah.
We were not any of the other ones.
No,
Yeah, the Ali Sheedy thing. Adelia told me she's like Ali Sheedy, and I was like, yeah, by default.
I was
Because you
but
definitely
no,
weren't Molly.
I was not Molly Ringwald, but
Yes.
I was definitely a lot more like Ali Sheedy in that movie,
Yeah.
The Breakfast
Yeah.
Club. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, Gabrielle was great, and then Jenny, Monique
Which
got
my-
in this picture
My
with
cousin
us.
got in.
Yeah, the
My
Monique-
cousin got her shirt. What was the shirt?
Jenny was selling shirts in the back that said something like "I believe in me" or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it said, but Monique bought one of her
Monique
shirts.
Actually, I bought Monique the shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she
But,
was super sweet. I loved
she
her
was.
outfit.
She
She has
was
a
real nice.
QVC line or something.
Mm-hmm.
Really sweet, really down to earth. I love Jenny Garth, and I will go see her again anytime.
Ferris, you look confused.
No, I just know it's Jenny Garth from 902. What no?
She was on You with Amanda Bynes. She played her sister. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
That's her sister, Jenny Garth. She played the Amanda Bynes' sister.
She
And what I like
also-
about you.
She also used to be married to Peter Facinelli.
Mhm.
Oh, what I like about you. It's like
Yeah.
Wesley Jonathan was in it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
No,
yes.
The black guy.
Yes.
Wesley Jonathan. Yes, I remember watching that. Yes.
I was trying to remember who you said. I was like, wait. I was like, oh yes, I know who it is. Yeah, he was in that.
I watched What I Like About You. I love that show.
She was the sister.
Man, I hope Amanda Bynes is okay.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after Jenny Garth, Brian Austin Green, which I loved that he had the poster in the background for the 25th wedding anniversary for David and Donna. That's just
And
like
he-
amazing.
Kind of. I didn't even realize he kind of like framed
Positioned
that right.
us and framed
Yeah.
it, yeah.
That was perfect.
David and Donna's wedding, probably the episode of 90210 I've watched the most, I will
Mhm.
say.
I think everybody.
Yeah.
Donna, that's Tori Spelling, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, we got that one too.
Yeah, but Brian Austin Green took this picture himself.
Oh, nice.
Yes, he's super down to earth. He was also in Kid 90 because he's friends with Soleil. So he did.
And he hugged us both. Jason Priestley hugged us both as well.
Mhm.
And Brian Austin Green told us he's a hugger. So come on in.
Yeah. I was like, bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in. I was like,
I remember him from an episode of George Lopez.
Mhm.
So George Lopez's son emailing this girl from Chicago.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and
he played the father of the other girl.
No. He plays Freddie Prince's best friend, who's the father of the girl. So George thinks it's a guy catfishing his son. So he then catfishes the girl, but Freddie Prinze Jr. thinks that it's a guy catfishing his daughter. So they start catfishing each other, even though their children are actually talking to each other. So they think and then they finally meet up at Ernie's house and they attack each other. And then they realize, like, wait, so our children were talking to each other no one was catfishing nobody. It's like, no, nobody was catfishing nobody. And I was like, y'all want to go get a beer afterwards? I was like, sure, yeah. Yeah,
that's funny. He used to be married to Megan Fox.
Yes.
I'm just trying to think of other things you might know him from.
Shauna Burgess, he's married to.
He's
from Dancing with the Stars.
Shauna Burgess from Dancing with the Stars. I don't know of anything else I could say that he was in that Paris might know him from.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. He's got a podcast that he had for a while, but
podcast now,
I don't think he does it anymore. So
Ryder Strong and Will Friedle have a podcast.
Yes, with Danielle Fishel.
Panga, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Danielle Fishel. Sorry,
I know you forgot her name. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. I knew you were going to say it.
Then we met Tori Spelling. She was nice.
I love Tori.
Tori was on the first season of The Masked Singer.
Was it her?
Yeah, it was her. She was the second person eliminated behind Tommy Chong.
Okay, I wasn't sure if she was in the first season or the second because I remember Denise Richards was in it also, so I wasn't sure if it was her.
No, I wasn't. I remember watching the first season. T-Pain won it.
Yeah.
And
I thought Donnie Osmond. I thought he won it, but he was in the first one because he was the peacock.
Yeah, I got her and Rumor Willis mixed up. Yeah, I got them mixed up because they were talking about so they kept saying Rumor Willis is from an acting dynasty, mm-hmm. No, they said a Hollywood dynasty. I'm like, everyone thought it was a Kardashian. So everyone's like, it's a Kardashian, right? I'm like, all right, okay. And then she took off for him, and it was Rumor Willis. Everyone's like, Rumor Willis, she's not a part of it. And then you realize she's Demi Moore, Bruce Willis's daughter, and you're like, oh, she is a part of a Hollywood dynasty. You're like, oh, yeah. Shout out to Rumor Willis.
Tori was really nice.
But Tori's super nice. So she's like, oh, nice to meet you. And I was like, I've met you a few times. I said when you were here at 90s Con, and then at Rhode Island Comic Con, I got to see her again. I was like, this is the third time. She goes, by the fourth time, I'll definitely. I said, this is the third time. We should be BFFs now. She's like, definitely when I see you again, I'm going to know your name, Brandi. I was like... It's like, yeah, right, but you won't.
Right, yeah. But she was really nice. She was really nice.
Yeah, really sweet. I love Tori. She is very sweet, down to earth. She likes to pose. I don't know. Her photographer was doing a bunch of things, but
her photographer took Brandi's phone, which was the camera, and tilted it upside down and at an angle. And it's the worst picture of me I think has ever been taken, and no one will ever see it.
I need to see this.
No.
Brandi, come on. Share it with your brother. Come on, Brandi.
I don't even like him with me, so I'm not going to share it either.
Nice.
I was like, what the hell?
First, the camera was down by our knees.
Yeah.
And looking up at us. It was a terrible angle, and I have no idea what that guy was thinking. But she was very nice. And this was a good picture.
Professional photographer, my ass.
Yeah. Well, they're not.
No, they're not professionals. They're people that are volunteers that do.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
The professional photographers were taking the photo ops.
Yeah, photo ops are the professionals. We don't do those. When I go, I'll only do a professional photo op if somebody's not doing a selfie at their table. So that's why I got Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon, who I got pissed about last year because they weren't doing pictures at their table. So I went and got that. And then I got a cast of all that because Kenan Thompson, who was not scheduled to be at 90s Con, came for the panel and did only the photo op. So I got the photo op for that just so I could have a picture with Kenan.
Shout out to Kenan.
But I rather prefer these because you get to talk to them more personally.
And this is Ian Ziering from 90210.
Oh, and he pronounces it Ian?
Ian. It's Ian Ziering.
He's one of
He
those
was super
people.
nice. Yeah,
He's super nice.
He's super nice. I got to meet him before, but I was like, let's just go. We weren't going to, and I'm like, we're gonna get all of them. We gotta make it all complete. So we're getting
of all the 90210 cast, his character is probably my least favorite.
Yeah, but we had to do it. We had to get them all.
Andrew Thomas in the chat saying, "Hey Brandi, I met most of the Ninja Turtles live-action movie cast this weekend, like Corey Feldman."
Sweet. I met Corey Feldman. I also met some of the cast, and I see you met Judith Hull because I saw your picture. She was also at 90s Con, but we didn't get her this time. But we did see her.
Nice.
So I got you there, Andrew. He tried to like do that, but I had to.
Who's this?
This was me and Brandi, really tired at the end of Saturday, sitting in the hotel bar waiting for our food, which was a whole other story. We were very hangry by the time that we got our food. Brandi especially.
Mm-hmm.
And then just a few other pictures of us from 90s Con. Because we've gone through all the celebrities. They had these like photo booth things.
Areas.
So this was us. Yeah,
this was me. This is at detention.
In detention, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then phone thing. They had set up with these chairs that were like hands.
Yep.
And then let's see what else. The newspaper stand with fake newspapers. And they had these like
TV
heads.
Okay, that's a mannequin. Got it.
On mannequins.
No, because when you first dropped that photo, I thought that was a person.
No. Then the payphone, which I've used many payphones throughout my life.
I've used a payphone before.
Yeah, they just don't exist anymore. And the Snick couch was there. So we got pictures on the Snick couch. Brandi being a little more amusing in this one than I was.
Time out.
What?
You got your feet on the couch?
Yeah, I did.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I'm Brandi.
What's wrong with you?
I was being chill.
Get your feet off the couch.
I was acting like me back in the 90s with our friends, just chilling on the couch that was in our basement.
Hey man, if I walked in on my brother or sister with their feet on the couch,
listen, this is the couch you just killed on that was in the basement that was like not really like it was for your friends hanging out on. It wasn't like the living room couch.
Here's the thing, I never had a basement. We don't have basements in California.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Greg is somehow just being clued in on the fact that we met.
Yes.
I mean, we met before.
Matt says Brandi was like, "Fuck your couch."
Exactly. But you don't know. I can't explain it.
Then,
These guys are too little.
They had this like magazine
like kind of like
thing
magazine cover
for 90s Con. So we posed in there. And then we went to the beach on the way back to Massachusetts. This was my first time seeing the Atlantic Ocean. And
I like the one with your arms up. I like that one.
My too tired to function sweatshirt. And I was tired. I was very tired, but I was very happy. And let's see what else. That's the last one.
You didn't have the one with Dagan?
I thought I put the one with. Oh no, the one with Monique. No, I didn't put the ones with Dagan in here, but Dagan came to visit us for the after party.
Nice.
So there we were. I like this picture of the three of us. It was cold.
Yeah, I have my hood on, and my cheeks are all red.
most beaches are cold. I've never been to a beach where it's warm, like warm.
I mean,
in the summer.
That's a good point. Point.
But it happened to be a little.
I scratched that statement. I've actually been to a beach where it was warm.
All right, so that's all the pictures.
We had a fun time.
Sounds amazing.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of Delia's first con.
Not my last, though. Brandi and I are going to go to others.
I'm glad that she had a great time. She was a little apprehensive at first, and I told her, I knew 90s Con wasn't super like overcrowded like it used to be. Like when the first year I had gone, they sold a lot of tickets where people were walking and it was like sausage, like trying to get through. But then the years after, it was eased up. So they said they sold out on a day, and I'm like, well, this isn't as bad as the year before. So I knew that this would be a great con to start Adelia out in, because it wasn't as overwhelming. I mean, a little bit overwhelming, and she did get nervous at first, and I was like,
I definitely had a sensory processing disorder reaction to being around that many people, which is why I set my hairs up for some of the pictures.
But that's because I centered her. I'm like, you good? Are you okay? Like, because I told her at any point we can go up to the side and like take a breather and like, and she was like, nope, I'm good. And then by the end, she's like, let's go to this one. Let's go. She was tracking me.
Well, Matt also saying that Ferris only goes to the beach at night with different ladies.
No.
We got the
we don't know. No, you don't know.
Yeah, we got the disability bracelet
That's good.
for my back injury, so we didn't have to stand in line for hours. Because, like, I forget whose line we were in. Was it Jaleel's? We were in the ADA line, and the people at the front of the line said they'd been in line for 3 hours in the general tickets line.
Yeah.
So we got to go in the VIP line because of the ADA bracelet, and we didn't have to stand in line very long for anyone. I think Mark Paul's line before we got the bracelet was the longest line we stood in all weekend.
Yeah, Adelia wore her back brace because, and that's another. We were talking to the lady about
you gotta prove you're disabled. You
no, you don't.
No,
you don't gotta prove.
They can't legally ask you.
They can't legally ask you. But she was talking to somebody. It was Jenna Lee Green's person, and
that wonderful lady named Rhonda.
And you told her, you're like, and you showed her the back brace. She's like, oh,
yeah.
and so, yeah, she said she needed one because I think she had like back problems too, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's a good idea, you know.
I think there's a con like in San Jose. I think
there is.
I think there's one. So that's the closest.
I think Brennan goes to it every year.
Brennan goes to So I think it's like a Star Wars, Star Trek.
It's not necessarily.
No,
I don't think so. I think it's just a general Comic Con. But
yeah.
Okay.
I've been to one in San Jose. It was called at the time. This one was called Hero and Villains Con. I don't think they do the Hero and Villains Cons anymore. But I did go to San Jose Convention Center to one of the cons.
It's Galaxy Con in San Jose, I believe.
Galaxy Con, yes, it is Galaxy Con, yes.
Yeah, and you can make it to one of them one time.
Yep.
Yeah, I made it to a hockey game once, so a con ain't that bad.
Yeah. Brandi and I have discussed maybe in the future going to Fan Expo Denver. Not this year. We can't do it this year, but
I got a wedding to plan.
Yeah, and I got a wedding to afford to go to. So.
Never been to Denver.
It's nice. Denver's a very nice city.
Hear good things. You think there's sports reporting gigs in Denver that a brother can get?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
You hear very nice things from me. Because who else do you know from Denver?
Adelia.
I said me.
Yeah, just you, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well. No, just you. Yeah, no. Wait. Yeah, just you. Yeah. I know one. Yeah, only one person I know from Colorado. Wait, no, time out. I have the. No, wait, no, he's from Texas.
Time out.
No, nobody.
Yeah.
No, nobody.
Just me.
Just you.
I do have to make a compliment to Adelia. I love your new glasses.
Thank you.
Where'd you
I
get
love
those?
them too. Glasses USA.
Oh.
I got them in the mail while I was on my trip. So
yes, that's what I thought, right? Yeah. Nice.
I got my new purple glasses that I got from the eye doctor right before I left, and then I ordered these, and they came while I was gone.
Those would have fit some of the 90s to get a pop of color from your shirt.
It would have totally fit the 90s vibe.
I need to get new glasses. It's too much. It's too much tint. They put too much tint in my glasses. I gotta get new ones.
Isn't the tint useful for your eyes though? No,
it is. It helps my eyes adjust to the lights around, but they put too much. And it's got and I hate people asking like, "Oh, you wearing sunglasses?" Like, no, not really. It's like, why are you wearing shades indoors? I'm not, but.
Well, like those glasses that China Phillips was wearing that we saw the ring light in, she said those were prescription glasses that she had made. So. You can get all kinds of glasses.
Yeah, you can.
Different tints and stuff.
Yeah, the frames. Yeah. So yeah, it was nice.
All right.
Well, guys.
Hour and a half. I think
sounds
that's
about right.
it.
Sounds about good. I can't believe y'all met Michael Carrington.
We did.
This is why we didn't tell you who it was.
Because we wanted their reaction.
That's
and we got
awesome.
the great reaction.
I did adjust my eyes real quick. I'm like, I recognize, bro.
Who's that? And I was like,
who's that?
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. When you did the second picture, I fell out of my seat. I was like this. I was like, what? I was like, what? That's crazy.
yeah.
Well, stand up, Michael. Stand up, Michael. Introduce yourself. Hello, Michael Carrington.
He was great. He was
My favorite scene is on Frenchie staring at him, and he's like, Frenchie? Michael! How are you doing? He's like, any cousin of Sandy's is a cousin of mine.
and at that end,
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, have a wonderful night, guys.
yeah.
We're all cool writers.
All right, guys.